Thanks for the support as a channel member, Paul Spradbury. We all suspected this day might come. We've scored 1 goal since the last episode. Hello, welcome to part 30 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have what were going to be 2 massive promotion-deciding games when we planned to come back for this episode. Maybe not now. We're at home against Fylde. We're away against Torquay. That's Fylde, who were 4th and are now down in 8th. Torquay, who were 3rd and just a couple of points behind us, but are now 3rd and somehow 6 points behind us. We've dropped down to 2nd place, still only 2 points behind Chesterfield, despite the fact our recent form looks like this. I think it's fair to say everyone in this league is bottling just as hard as everybody else. It's going to be very interesting to see who comes out of their rotten form first, or whether one of these teams that look like they're well off the pace at the moment, Eastleigh, Ebbsfleet, Crawley, Newport, maybe one of them is going to step up and win the league, and all 4 of us are going to bottle it, which would be, I mean, that would be nothing short of spectacular if that happens. Morale is holding up quite well, and we do have a bit of a problem with Ben Andrucci, who was, I mean, it frustrates me the way this works in Football Manager. This is something that's got to be addressed in future versions of the game. I don't really know how you address it because transfer value is based so much on club reputation. So I get why transfer values are low, but QPR, who are 8th in the Championship, came in and made a £22,000 offer for Ben Andrucci, which, you know, we turned it down because 22 grand is nothing. Even to us, it's meaningless. 22 grand is 2 weeks worth of wages. So it was a stupid offer, but he got in a mood about it. We've had to do the thing where we've agreed a price to sell him. We got as low as 75,000. We thought he was going to agree. Then he got in a grumpy, so we still haven't got a price agreed. He wants to go and play for QPR, completely understandably. He's our top scorer. He's been our top scorer 2 years in a row. He's one of the top scorers in the National League. But for a top scorer 2 years in a row at this level, to go for less than £100,000 is utterly unheard of and ridiculous. I should know. I'm a Peterborough fan. We basically spend all our time buying players out of the conference, and we never get them for anywhere near 32,000 or whatever. We're paying £250,000. The joke at Peterborough is we have our blank £250,000 checks that we just hand to non-league clubs whenever we want a player. If QPR want him, they should be willing to pay what we want for him. And I'm not expecting millions, but I'm expecting 6 figures. I was hoping for 6 figures. So now we've got him grumpy, and I'm not playing him as a result of it. So he's not in the team anymore because I don't want a grumpy player in the team. We're not scoring goals anymore because we've not got our goal scorer in. And we're not winning games, and it's all going wrong. And it's all QPR's fault. Well, it's not all QPR's fault. It was all going wrong in the last episode as well. But at least now we can blame QPR, and it's not my fault. But as I was saying, it needs fixing. There needs to be more realistic non-league transfer values. 15 years ago, Peterborough paid £260,000 for George Boyd off of Stevenage out of non-league. Jamie Vardy left non-league for 7 figures. I'm not saying Ben Andrucci is going to be another Jamie Vardy, but I think he's worth 100 grand of anybody's money. If a championship club, I mean, it's not as if he's 12, you know, they're not trying to sign a youth player. He is, where is he? 20 years old, I think. I can't even find him. I thought I'd put him in the 23s for a second. He's 20 years old. He turns 21 this year. So actually, yeah, he's 20 years old. If they're willing to spend, if they're willing to bring a 20-year-old striker in, then they should be willing to pay 100 grand for him. And they're not, so they ain't getting him. And if it comes down to it, we just won't play him, and he can just leave on a free at the end of the season. I would rather, in fact, the end of next season, he's here for 1 more year. I would rather he spent the next year and a half at this club not playing a match and then left on a free transfer than him leaving for 22 grand now, because 22 grand is a waste of time. It's just pointless. We can handle his wages in our wage budget. We've got plenty of spare wage budget. He can just not play until he sorts his head out. We're going hard line. Partly because I'm in a mood because form has gone off a cliff. We're going to beat Fylde though, and everything's going to be okay. I'm going to be cheery Kev again by the end of this episode. So we're going with Marshall in goal, a back four of Hendry, Price, Colvin and Williams. Oh my word, looking at that defence as well. 2 things stand out. Firstly, a Kagbu he's been recalled. We lost a Kagbu. That was the other piece of transfer nonsense we're suffering from. A Kagbu's gone back to Stoke. They immediately put him on the transfer list. He's actually not on the transfer list now, but they recalled him because he wasn't playing enough matches. He started 16 games so far this season. I think that's plenty. But they recalled him. We then he went straight on the transfer list. We put in an offer for 0. They accepted, and he wouldn't even discuss terms because he didn't enjoy his time on loan at Leamington. He was here for 2.5 years, averaged a 7.25 or whatever that averages out at, 7.28. Played 70 games, didn't enjoy it though. And then we had Harvey Cullinan get homesick. He wanted to go back to Ireland, so he's gone back to Ireland on loan for a bit. He was also complaining he didn't play enough football matches. He started 17 games. That's 2 key defenders have gone. So to balance that out, we've brought this guy in on loan. Neil Williams is in on loan from Tranmere, who can play anywhere across the back four, primarily in as an extra body for centre-back, as we've lost 2 centre-backs. But I am quite happy with Price and Colvin at the moment. So at the moment, Williams is just trying him out at wing-back. We'll see how he gets on there. But it's a disaster. The whole thing is a disaster. Marshall in goal. A back four of Hendry, Price, Colvin and Williams. Livermore and Magoma in midfield. Adidokin, McAneff and Okoflex behind Alcock up front. Alcock has still only scored 4 goals for us. Like I say, he has been in the team on a little bit of a run since Andrucci has got his grumpy on. I'm struggling to prove my point when he's playing and not scoring any goals. Goodness sake. The one positive news is Livermore's signed a contract extension. He's got a 3-year contract with us now. So, and that was Livermore, who at the start of the season wanted to leave because he felt he had to be playing in League One at this stage of his career. But he's given up on that dream. He's given up on that dream and is committed to a 3-year contract with us. So the door's not closed on Andrucci. It is possible for players who get this nonsense in their heads to snap out of it and come back round again and sign contract extensions. So I don't think it's necessarily the end of Andrucci. The transfer window is closed now. He can't go. So hopefully he'll just decide he's going to stay, get his head down and play well for us for the rest of the season. Because if he doesn't play for us for the rest of the season, QPR ain't going to want him anymore. So that not only ruins his chances of a move to them, but it ruins his chances of establishing a career even at this level. But we're losing. Of course we're losing. Because all we do now is lose. Remember, we went nearly 2 years without losing a game at home. Since that run ended, we've lost every single game we've played at home. The wheels are well and truly off this bus. And there's not a lot I can do about it because we're massively overperforming. So I can't moan at the players. You saw on the dynamics page that supposedly they're still happy. Club atmosphere is still very good. So there's not much I can do to turn it around other than changing the tactic. The only problem is with changing the tactic is we know how to play this tactic. We know we're good at this tactic. If we start messing around with tactics now, you know what I'm like. I'm going to spend the rest of the season giving different tactics 2 or 3 games at a time. And I'll turn a little blip in form that's ultimately only dropped us down to 2nd place. I'll turn it into a collapse that doesn't get us into the playoffs. I've done that many times before. I'm trying to learn from my previous mistakes. We know we're good. We know this system works. We know this is just a bad run of form. So for now, I am going to try and hold my nerve and stick with it. But the longer it goes on, the not scoring thing is the hardest part. The longer we go on without even scoring goals, without even threatening to win football matches, the harder and harder that becomes. So I don't know. I think automatic promotion is probably already beyond us now. It was only on yesterday's episode we had the opportunity to go 7 points clear at the top of the league. Now, 5 or 6 matches later, I'm kind of having to admit defeat almost that we're not going to be in the automatic promotion hunt unless Chesterfield bottle it massively as well, which it looked like they were, but they're winning today. So they seem to be getting over their period of bottling. And we're definitely not yet. Although Okoflex has got him behind his fullback here. He's got Alcock in the middle if he can find the cross. We just need a low-driven cross to Alcock, and it's not what we get. And it ends up all the way back with Colvin again. Although, to be fair, it looks like the move is continuing. Ball over the top. Alcock takes it down beautifully. That's lovely control from Alcock. Plays it back to Okoflex. And Adidokin is there. And I think he's managed to keep himself onside. And we've got the goal back. We're back in the game. We're back in the title race. I can't believe you're all being so negative. We always believed. This is, I mean, it's just an aimless lump forward from Colvin, but Alcock does brilliantly to bring it down, hold it up, play it back to Occo Flex. And the guy who'd gone with Alcock is the same guy who's playing Eddie Docken online, onside. And we're back in this. 20 minutes to go. We're going to go attacking. We want to win. It's not enough just to get ourselves back into the game and pick up a draw. Draws are absolutely no use to us now. We need wins. So let's try and win the football match. We're making 3 changes here. Livermore's going to go in behind there. Waltman's coming on the right-hand side. Adedoyan is coming on up front to try and stretch the defence a little bit more, playing as that advanced forward rather than the poacher that Alcock likes to be. But then the next highlight is filed. Of course it is. Right, I'm going to scream at them. Come on, boys! There you go. They heard me. They heard me through the computer, through the internet, through YouTube. They know. Maybe the haircut's what's done it. Have we won a game since I've had my haircut? I thought yesterday it was the shirt. So I've put the tie back on today. We're still struggling. I mean, I have still got the hair in a bag in my bin. Do I have to stick the hair back on? Oh, I really hope not. It's probably covered in vinegar now. Oh, God. Right. What do we do? There's nothing we can do. We've already made all our changes. We're going to lose the football match again. We're going to be 5 points behind Chesterfield. Filed are clawing their way back in. Misery is Leamington. Williams tries to drive the cross across. Doesn't get anywhere with it. Magoma plays it out to Hendry, who brings it down nicely. If he can just find a cross. We've got players queued up in the middle. Just cross the football. Addy Docken, lovely cross. Magoma's forward, and he's grabbed us a second equaliser of the game. And, I mean, we've changed our tune now. We will take the 2-2. We'll take the draw now because it's looked all afternoon as if we were going to lose another football match. At this point, we take the draw. We decide it's character building. I mean, there was 3 of them queuing up to score there. We're still attacking. I say we're going to take the draw. We're still trying to win, but no more highlights for us. And at least it's not another defeat, but it's been a long time since we won a match. Well, just one change for Torquay, then we bring a proper right back in, Joel Senior. We'll give him a try. We have many right backs. Oh my word! I just had to go and have a walk around the garden between these 2 matches because I'm so upset about what's going on. Even the team talk there, we're talking about pulling off an upset. We were top of the league by miles a month ago. In other news, Chesterfield looked like they bottled their last match as well. We're still inexplicably going into this match only 2 points behind them. If things go our way today, we can actually end the match back top of the league again, and the crisis is over. So that would be the perfect scenario. But Torquay, well aware just how hard everyone above them is bottling, and have decided to score after 37 seconds. Bless this bunch of Leamington fans behind the goal. It's a long way from Leamington to Torquay. There's about 8. I mean, they could have all fitted in the back of a minibus. We've gone. They've come with us. They're on the back of the team bus. Look at them. There's no more than 20 people there, but we've got to win it for them. Those boys and girls, they deserve us to put on a performance today. This is silly. Come on. I think in all seriousness, still being part-time has a lot to do with this. I know a few of you have suggested asking to go full-time. I'm a little bit reluctant to do it because I think it's iffy ground from a realism perspective, because I don't think the manager does ask to go full-time in real life. I think the club go full-time when they're ready to, and the manager just works within the confines that he's given. But I might change my view on that if we don't go up this year. Magoma's just scored an absolute beauty. As hard as this run of form has been, our 2 central midfielders, Magoma and Livermore, are too good for this league. They should both be playing in the Football League next year. And hopefully they will be with us. But that's a stunning free kick. And now we've got a corner coming in as well. We've got 6'5" Price is in there, but he can't keep his header down. It looks like he was offside anyway. The linesman's wafting his cloth on a stick around. Hendry looking to do an in-swinger from the other side. Occo Flex getting in there on the end of a corner. I think I might need to have a look at my corner instructions if my right winger is the one that we're now aiming at from set pieces, because that just doesn't seem right at all. Senior doing well to intercept, and McAneff playing it forward to Hendry, who's still forward having taken the corner. And Livermore into Magoma. Now Olcock, Adidock, and this is lovely football from us. Olcock with the shot from miles out. Curls it nicely, but it comes back off the post. We just need a little bit of luck. Olcock in particular just needs a goal, and I think he'll go on and score a load. He looks like such a good footballer. We saw in the last match when he did that hold-up play to set up one of our goals. And that little bit of football there, all the passing move comes through him. The shot that he has from range, he does everything right. It's just millimeters wide. And we just need that little bit of luck, a little bit of wind to catch it and whoosh a shot like that into the top corner. And then we're back rolling again. I think we just need that one win. One win will set us right again. And because Chesterfield have also been going through a rough patch at the same time, one win could be enough to set us back on the path to automatic promotion, although Chesterfield are winning today, which is not ideal. Rhodes is going to come on at right back as we continue to mess around, changing the right back around constantly. We're going 2 up top, and we're going to get Waltman on as a pressing forward up alongside Alcock. You know what? We're going to take off Occo Flex as well, and Adedoyan is going to come on that side. We're not going to go attacking. We're away from home against a very good side. Let's not go crazy. If we take this out of the context of the run that we're on, a draw away from home against Torquay is a good result. They're one of the better teams in the division. This is a good result. It's just in the run that we're in, it doesn't really help because it leaves Chesterfield 4 points clear of us, but at least it keeps Torquay 4 points behind us, unless we concede a goal here. And I mean, we've defended so poorly. Marshall doing well. I don't think he actually got a touch on it, but he makes enough of a nuisance of himself to distract the striker into the miss. And it remains 1-1 as we go into the 90th minute. And I think we have picked up another draw. The search for a victory continues. I don't know. These were 2 big games and we've not lost either of them. Do we count that as a sign of life? If we'd have won our previous 4 games and then gone and done this, I think we'd be happy. So in isolation, 2 half-decent results. What we need now is to win a football match soon. I don't know when we're going to be back for the next episode. If this form carries on, we'll just come back for the end of the season because there's no way we're getting back in the mix. If things start to turn around, we'll probably come back here somewhere another 3 or 4 matches time and show you how we're getting on. Who knows? We need a win and we need one now. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.